Pediatric cancer is a storm unlike any other. A torrential downpour of fear, anxiety, confusion, and impatience. Like a flash of lightning, your vision, like a rain-soaked window, so foggy you can't see, but through the small, speckled drops of hyper-focused moments that bring you back to the reality in front of you. Your child has cancer, like a crack of thunder that shocks you to the core. You can't move, can't speak. You can only listen as the doctors wade through the muddy details of the toxic treatments and their terrifying side effects. For some, the words, "we have no cure," tears through the room with hurricane force power, destroying everything in its wake, including hope. 4%, the minuscule amount of federal funding for cancer research that is directed towards pediatric cancers. 11.5 million years of life lost. In a flash, the hopes, dreams, and futures of the 43 kids diagnosed with pediatric cancer today vanish into darkness. For some, a death sentence. For others, a life sentence. Even those lucky enough to survive the storm will never fully recover in the aftermath. 3 out of 5 survivors will suffer long-term health consequences, both physical and emotional. But there is blue sky on the horizon. It's through the work of private pediatric cancer research foundations, like Enzo and me, that many of these kids now have hope. It's through individuals like you, supporting these foundations, that researchers are getting the funds they need for improved treatments and cures. And it's because of these amazing researchers and clinicians that someday a pediatric cancer diagnosis will involve the words, "Don't worry, we can cure it." Thank you for supporting Enzo and Me Pediatric Cancer Foundation.
The brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Especially a devastating cancer called diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, or DIPG. How it arises in the developing brainstem of children and adolescents, what DIPG cancer cells depend on for growth, progression, and spread, and how we can develop effective therapies. My clinical research program endeavors to bring what we discover in the laboratory to clinical trials of new therapeutic strategies for these devastating childhood cancers. Brain cancer is the leading cause of cancer-related death in children, and DIPG is the leading cause of brain cancer-related death. To date, this tumor is universally fatal, and the average survival is less than a year. It strikes approximately 400 children, adolescents, and young adults per year in the United States alone. Given the median age at which this cancer occurs and the average life expectancy in the US, DIPG accounts for approximately 24,000 life years lost annually. I first became aware of this disease when I was in medical school, when I cared for a little girl with DIPG named Emily, from the day of her diagnosis until her death only 6 months later. I was stricken by the unthinkable cruelty of this cancer, stunned by the horrifying realization that at that time we knew virtually nothing about DIPG, had no experimental model system to study it, no knowledge of even the most basic aspects of what drives this seemingly intractable cancer, and worst of all, no way to even slow down its relentless progression. In the nearly 2 decades since her death, motivated by Emily and the ever-growing list of children, adolescents, and young adults that I've had the privilege to care for and that I have lost, I've been part of a small but growing team of doctors, scientists, and parents fighting to understand, treat, and one day cure this terrible childhood cancer. In that time, there's been enormous progress as we've collaboratively developed tools to study DIPG in the laboratory, uncovered the molecular underpinnings sparking this malignancy, and determined ways in which DIPG takes advantage of the rich, growth-enabling environment of the developing childhood brain. We've exposed several vulnerabilities of the cancer that we're working to translate to new therapies. What we're discovering about DIPG has also taught us important lessons about other brain cancers, and this has elucidated new possible therapies for more prevalent diseases like glioblastoma. This progress forward has only come from collaborative efforts that cross disciplines and borders. It's been supported by people who have seen this disease through a variety of circumstances and could not turn away from this urgent unmet need. I want to thank you for being here at the Enzo and Me Gala, for supporting childhood cancer research, and for your support of my research for children with DIPG. Thank you.
Delicious. We're going to go ahead and get started with our first speaker of the evening. We have a little shift in timeline, so we're going to reverse it this month. So I'm here to introduce a friend of mine. I don't even know where to start with me. So I have the privilege of being a physical therapist and working with a lot of really special people. Janine and I met about 7 years ago or so. She was a patient of mine in physical therapy, and she came in with a pretty amazing story. She and I have battled over the years over different things, but Janine's always been an extremely big inspiration to me. When Enzo was going through his treatment, she made it a point to come all the way out to Oakland and visit him and visit us. And I'll never forget that she came out and showed support. She didn't have to do that. She only knew me through a work basis, and she still made the time. She found ways to find us, and she came out and she showed so much love, and I appreciate her so much for that. Janine and I always joke that we have a brother-sister relationship because we yell at each other all the time. But tonight I'm going to show a lot of love for her and a lot of appreciation. So I'm honored to present Janine Arikal, so she can come and tell you her story and tell you how amazing she is in person. So without further ado, Janine Arikal, come on up here.
Everyone happy? Yeah. Don't believe what Dan says. Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well and enjoying their dinner. It's an honor here tonight to be with you all. Today I'm here to share my story that exemplifies the importance of Enzo's Foundation. 40 years ago, treatment and statistics were far worse than what it is now. In the United States, the 5-year survival rate for pediatric osteosarcoma between 1985 and 1994 was 63%, up from 49% between 1975 and 1984. This improvement was due in part to new treatments and research. But let's stop talking about statistics, as those are just numbers, as we all know. And once in a blue moon, the odds can be beaten. In 1980, my father had the opportunity to move to Spain and take our family there. In 1984, as I fast forward, I was 14 years old attending a British co-ed boarding school. The girls' room was housed on the 3rd floor. As always, I rushed downstairs to be on time for breakfast and classes. Suddenly one morning, my knee kept giving out on me. I grasped the railing tightly, catching myself before I fall. Not thinking much of it, I ignored it. A month passed. My knee got worse and began to swell. I remember describing the pain and symptoms to the doctor, who had diagnosed it as a sprained knee. The remedy was an ace bandage. The pain got worse, and the next thing you know, I'm falling down a flight of stairs at school and in the hospital. My knee was so swollen, the doctors decided to extract the fluid with a long needle, turning out to be excruciatingly painful due to the lack of anesthesia. I was then whisked to x-rays. My leg was then wrapped in some kind of toilet paper cast. And with tears in my eyes, I was presented to my dad. With shock in his eyes, he said, "What happened?" The doctors didn't have answers, at which my dad ended up asking the good question, "Is it cancer?" The doctor said, "We don't know. Come back in 14 days. Demanding the x-rays from the hospital, my father took them to his work and met Dr. Mora, an orthopedic surgeon, on Christmas Eve. The doctors told my father, "It looks like bone cancer," explaining the aggressiveness and seriousness of the disease, stating that 14 days is too late and cannot wait, and it must be dealt with immediately. On January 1st, 1985, we arrived at midnight from Spain to Rochester, Minnesota, where we checked into the Holiday Inn and rested for the night. I woke up to the morning sun peeking into my hotel room. I opened the curtains to a beautiful snowy scene, and there in the background stood the towering Mayo Clinic. Little did I know that my world would end up turning upside down. For the next 8 days, nothing but pokes, scans, a biopsy, and a confirmed diagnosis of osteogenic sarcoma. My family and I were left with the decision to either amputate or fuse my knee. As a 15-year-old girl of a father who was an engineer, I looked at the options presented to us logically, the pros, the cons, plan A, B, and C. My thought process was, the amputation would be a permanent loss of my leg. A stiff knee would be the permanent loss of mobility, unable to bend my knee, with the possibility of the cancer returning and ending up in having to have an amputation anyway. My decision, being confused and indecisive, the orthopedic oncologist, Dr. Pritchard, had introduced me to an amputee. Questions like, can you drive? Do you buy a pair of shoes or one shoe? Can you tell the difference can people tell the difference when you're wearing clothes? Are you married? Did you date? And many other funny 15-year-old questions I thought I needed to know to make this major decision. My decision was to amputate. With the amputee helping me, I saw that I could do so much more with the prosthesis than a fused knee, and that my chances of relapse were slim to none. My parents were shocked, as my dad's hope was to come to the Mayo Clinic to save my life. Sorry, it's going to be hard. To this day, I don't regret my decision to amputate. In those days, osteogenic sarcoma, the protocol was not to give chemotherapy before and after an amputation, especially if you had a clean health in the lungs. The pediatric oncologist, I took a CT scan, and luckily my lungs and the rest of my body were clean. No other chemo was needed at that time. The pediatric oncology said that close monitoring with monthly CT scans in Spain were needed, as osteogenic is an aggressive cancer and can come back at any time within 5 years. With this said, I worked hard with my prosthetist and physical therapist, it wasn't Danny, for a month and a half to relearn how to walk for the first time. Before going back to Spain, my friends, and school. The day finally came, and in the middle of March of 1985, I was back in Spain, enjoying my life as a teenager. In April, I had a follow-up CT scan, which was sent back to the Mayo Clinic. As results were pending, I continued to enjoy my life with my new prosthesis. Walking to the beach, dancing in the streets during lunchtime. Life was great. It finally moved on. Being that I could not run while playing basketball, my friends included me by letting me shoot the ball. One time when I caught the ball, I lost balance and I fell. The impact of the fall resulted in an admission to the hospital with a collapsed lung and the need to insert a chest tube on the side of my body to help me breathe. The results came back from the Mayo Clinic with metastatic osteosarcoma in both lungs, with more than 13 nodules and a lime-sized mass hitting my heart near my spine. Our family's lives turned upside down, and the next thing I know, we packed and moved back to the United States. He informed my parents, coming back to the Mayo Clinic, we met with the pediatric oncologist. He informed my parents that metastatic osteosarcoma in the lungs has a 40% chance of survival. And looking at my scans, they gave my parents 3 months for me to live. The plan, high-dose chemotherapy, reduce the nodules in size in hopes to surgically remove them. In July, after 3 cycles of chemotherapy at the Mayo Clinic, favorable results showed the cancer began to shrink in my lungs. My care was transferred to our original home in Los Angeles. In November of 1985, not too long after my 16th birthday, I went in for my first lung surgery. They were able to remove the nodules and the small mass in my heart. Due to the location of the mass in my heart, they decided to trial brachytherapy. Dr. Saeed, who developed the therapy, inserted 6 small radiation seeds in the lungs for a week, then sucked them out through these small tubes that were sticking on the side of my body. The surgery and radiation were a success. Then in January of 1986, we went for the second lung surgery to remove the other 6 plus nodules. Once again, the surgery was a success, and the rest of my treatment finally finished in the summer. I beat the odds of this rare cancer. I survived. I returned to my senior of high school, graduated in 1987, and began college cancer-free. Life was good, and so I thought. You guessed it, my worst nightmare came to fruition. A small nodule was found in the right wall of my heart on a follow-up CT scan. In January of 1988, it was back to an open heart surgery and a confirmed relapse diagnosis of osteosarcoma. This was very rare, as only 5 cases were known to have found osteogenic in the heart. My oncologist, Dr. Jerry Finkelstein, put me on a new clinical trial, which today is used in current protocols, not only for osteosarcoma, but other pediatric cancers. After a year of chemotherapy while attending college, I was able to finish my degree in my mid-20s. In 1994, I hit my 5-year mark. I was finally able to say, I am a cancer survivor. Let's get busy living. I went on to earn my master's in social work and landed my dream job as a pediatric oncology social worker. My personal experience gave me a unique perspective to provide these families the support they needed through this difficult journey. As one knows, not only not only does the patient go through cancer, but also their parents, siblings, extended family, and the community supporting this patient. A study that was done in 2002 reports that 65% of adolescent siblings of patients with cancer experience mental health issues. Siblings start saying things like, I wish I had cancer. I want to make a wish and be special to receive all the attention my sibling is getting. These siblings feel unseen by their community, family, and friends. Although my parents were there for my brother, picking him up from school, feeding him, helping him with his homework, he always could feel their minds were elsewhere, with me in the hospital. Siblings, too, become survivors of cancer, but in a very different way. Current research continues to show the importance of also focusing on siblings. Luckily, now there are many resources for siblings compared to when I was a patient. For me, the hardest part of being a cancer survivor is constant surveillance and monitoring of my long-term side effects, the importance of keeping up with both my health and mental health, and of course, the possibility and fear of having another cancer. Life always throws lemons, and I've always tried to make lemonade, sweet lemonade. Out of left field, a huge lemon was thrown my way. When on January 9th, 2008, I was diagnosed with stage 2 ovarian cancer. It was caught early, which was rare for this type of cancer. Was it long-term side effects from the chemo? Was it long-term side effects of the chemo? Maybe my DNA changed because of all the chemo I had as a child. Well, the gynecologist disagreed on both of my thoughts, saying it has no correlation with my osteosarcoma, especially after 14 years of being cancer-free. You must be special. I had no words. Treatment consisted of a total hysterectomy at 38, 3 to 4 months of chemotherapy, and the emotional impact this time was much harder. With the loss of my leg, I conquered so much and overcame being an amputee. Clubbing in college, swimming, skiing, playing tennis in a wheelchair tennis. But this time it was the inability to become a mother, which was another dream of mine. With a lot of support from my friends, family, and the oncology team, I realized that it was not in my cards. Finishing chemo in July, life finally got back to normal, I promise. Now I see how my cards play. Now I see how my cards consist of telling my story to inspire current patients, prove to the pediatric oncologist that one can beat those statistics and survive, and advocating for cancer survivors to take an active role in monitoring their long-term side effects. I leave you with my acronym of the word cancer. C, conquer with strength and awareness. A, affirm our dedication to the cause. N, not let it own me or anybody else. C, courage, which each of us has when going through or touched by this disease. E, courage, those who are still fighting the battle. And R, resilience, to never give up. It's because of people like you that there is optimism for us patients and survivors. I hope my story inspires you to continue to fight in supporting causes like Enzo's Foundation. Thank you.
Let's give Janine another round of applause. For those that can't see it, Janine is our best amputee walker. She is an osteosarcoma survivor with an amputation, and you couldn't tell if you watched her. If she got rid of that cane, great. We're going to get all these people in here tonight to do your glute exercises with you. Might work. So you guys just heard the amazing story that Janine told, and now you understand what she went through. Osteosarcoma is a cancer that Enzo and me has supported a lot over the last couple of years. We've given $150,000 in grants to osteosarcoma research because it's so important. Janine talked about 60% survival, 40% survival when it moves to the lungs. These aren't numbers that are acceptable to us. Osteosarcoma is one of the most common cancers in young children. And to have a 60% survival rate that hasn't changed in 30 years, to have treatments that haven't changed in 30 years is unacceptable. So we'll continue to fight for people like Janine. We'll continue to fight for others who are going through this, who have gone through it, who will go through it. But we appreciate your support tonight. We appreciate you, Janine, for coming up here and telling your story. We're going to let you guys take a little break, finish your food, and then we've got another speaker coming up. So thank you for your attention. Enjoy the rest of your day.
They are a dynamic mother-daughter duo who took on pediatric cancer and the broken healthcare system that is leaving some children with few to no options for survival. No further ado, I want to introduce Marisol and Alexandria Rubio.
Hello everyone, I'm Marisol Rubio. I'm here with my daughter Alexandria, and we're really just wanting to share our story because I think it's one that very likely, I'm almost certain that some families have been going through even now to this day. My daughter was starting to experience some early symptoms of regression in her developmental skills as early as 3 months old. And I was taking her to about 3 different pediatric doctors just in her first year of life who kept misdiagnosing her, continually saying that she had an ear infection and sending her home with medications. And even after a neurologist had noticed that she didn't have a parachute reflex, they still her pediatrician did not diagnose her correctly yet. It wasn't until he went on vacation and his partner in the office actually saw my daughter and saw a stack of visits of us continuing to come back because she was continuing to show symptoms. And so finally at that point, after he just glanced at all the notes and the history that she had, he didn't know what she had, but he knew that something was really wrong and sent her, literally said, you know, you need to take her to the emergency room right now. You know, what hospital? He gave me a couple options. He said, do you want to go to this one or that one? Don't stop for food. Don't go anywhere. Go straight to the ER. They're going to be waiting for you. When I brought her in for a 24-hour period from that point, they did a battery of tests for my daughter, ultimately diagnosing her the following day with a brain tumor that was the size of a golf ball. And had she been older, she would not have survived a tumor of that size in her brain. But since she was young, she was able to accommodate it. And then within the next day, they immediately took her to surgery, and it was a 7.5-hour surgery where they resected 95% of her tumor. And, you know, as a parent, seeing my daughter, she had just had her first birthday. She was 13 months old at this juncture, and she came out of surgery with a whole host of disabilities and just trauma, cranial nerve damage she left her unable to swallow, unable to eat by mouth as a result of that, and other issues that were going to be lifelong disabilities for her. And as a parent, you know, all I could think in that moment was, you know, the whole dream that we have as parents is to see our children grow up, to share those moments, those Friday night pizza nights, and we'll have watch a movie with our kids. And just thinking that I would never have that moment with my daughter. That's what I was thinking in that moment. That I would never even hear her say mama, because she couldn't use her vocal cords. Sorry, I have to breathe a little. It's really a very traumatizing experience as a parent to receive the diagnosis of your child to have a cancer, a severe cancer like that. It is, and it's even, believe it or not, it's actually diagnosed in the DSM as considered a traumatic experience. And it's very visceral. We live with it for the rest of our lives on the surface. And so we thought our troubles had been ended there, but it didn't. The doctors for another 7 months continued to, under their supervision, continued to not recognize that the tumor was actually metastasizing, and that in fact it was not a benign tumor, but it was malignant. They actually discharged her, sent her home. Fortunately, I had already lined up to try to take her to Johns Hopkins, which was the #2 pediatric oncology hospital in the nation. And a neurosurgeon on call went outside protocol and took my call. And I gave her a 15-minute rundown of everything that had been happening in the 7 months beforehand. And she instructed me exactly what I needed to do, because my daughter had been having febrile seizures, which are high-grade fevers that cause seizures, for the past 3 nights. And she told me next time she starts to have another seizure, and a fever, don't give her the Tylenol, because at this point they don't believe you. So I literally had to risk not giving her the medication she needed, risk her health and her well-being, just to get them to believe me. And I took her in and she told me, ask for a shunt tap over the phone. She had advised me to ask for a shunt tap, which I did. 8 hours later in the morning, the doctor came in diagnosing the worst fear that I could have imagined in that moment, which was that the cancer had in fact metastasized throughout her central nervous system. And then he turned around, said, I'm going to meet with the tumor board, come back in 3 days, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. He came back, and his recommendation was to do hospice care. They thought she had 6 months to a year to live. And mind you, I'm 22 years old at this juncture. I'm a young mom, and all I knew is that made absolutely no sense, because their logic was we think she should go home and enjoy her last few days at home. The only response I had to him was, I can't even fathom how anyone can enjoy dying from cancer. So I told him, no thank you, give me your top 3 choices, I'm going to go do some research and I'll come back and tell you what we're going to do. I didn't quite have my degree in neurobiology at this juncture. I just completely trained myself to learn in a very expedited amount of time to figure out what I needed to do for my daughter in that moment. And so I chose a chemotherapy that at the time was still in clinical trials, but had only been tested on adults. So she was the first pediatric patient, which meant we had to get clearance from the NIH for her to receive the chemotherapy. And I had chosen it specifically because it was able to get through what they call the blood-brain barrier. So it was a very successful, it had promise. And fortunately, 13 months later, on May 2nd, 1998, my daughter was in remission. Needless to say, I did file a complaint against the doctor, and unfortunately, I think he lost his, I don't know if he lost his job, but he was gone 3 months after that recommendation. So, but what going beyond that, there was, you'd think that was the end of it, and it wasn't. She, having had that paralysis, that left vocal cord paralysis from the cranial nerve damage, she kept having aspirations and having pneumonias. She had about 15 pneumonias just in the first 3 years of her life. And they were considering doing a tracheostomy, of which I told them at that juncture, had they done it, she would have lost all possibility of being able to ever compensate again and be able to have any hope of that ever happening. At which point I told them I disagreed. I said I didn't, she didn't have a gag reflex on the left side. So I told them no thank you. And despite 8 doctors telling me I needed to do this, fortunately I stuck to my guns, and 2 months later we were at a Disney World. And I noticed that there was a couple days where she didn't need any suctionings. I literally carried a portable feeding machine, portable suction machine, a portable oxygen machine. It was a walking hospital. And I noticed that for a couple days she didn't need it. And I said, well, what's going on here, And I took a small risk, gave her about a pea-sized amount of yogurt, and I said, okay, let's just wait 24 hours, and I prayed that I didn't make a fatal mistake here. But fortunately, she was fine. 24 hours later, she was fine. The following day, I gave her a little bit more, and she tolerated it, at which point I called her oncologist, her new oncologist, and I said, guess what? I think she's compensating. This was 2 months after the doctors had insisted that a tracheostomy was necessary. So again, another failure. And so what I'm not saying, it's not the doctor's fault. 9 times out of 10, these doctors are stretched thin. They have to see so many people in a short period of time. It is really a situation where we do need parents, we need a loved one to be available, to be accessible, to be able to advocate for their loved one. Because without that, my daughter wouldn't have been here. She wouldn't be here today. Everything, imagine all the things that could have gone wrong. And so, as she went, we made it through this, and, she went to rehabilitation for 2 years, 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, PT, OT, speech, the whole gamut. Started school, and then we confronted other issues. We confronted a school system that was not prepared to provide an adequate education for her because they just simply didn't have the resources. And so, fortunately I had my degree by this time, and I took it upon myself to really work with my daughter 5 to 6 days a week, 3 or 4 hours a day, and I taught her every single subject. I went over everything and taught her what she had learned that day. And today, because of those efforts, despite her having a borderline full-scale IQ, and she looks remarkable today, right? She's now in college, pursuing a double major at UC Davis in psychology. But this is the part where I really, just looking back, this is what brought me into the public service. It was just seeing all the things that could have gone wrong for my daughter, had for whatever guiding light I may have had, pointed me in the right direction. I was able to advocate for her successfully and support her in the way she needed. But we know that not everyone can do that for a whole host of reasons, whether they're economic, language barriers, all kinds of things. So I made that decision to fight, and just like Krista, I didn't want to see another child die needlessly. And so at this point, I would like to pass the opportunity to my daughter so she can share a little bit about her experience about growing up as a cancer survivor and dealing with all the sequela issues of survivorship.
Thank you all. So from the perspective of a cancer survivor, I can say that it was a unique one. I've had to, throughout my life, I've had to undergo monitoring for my condition. I'm currently being monitored because I am living with cancer to this day, even though I survived the terminal part. So, that's just one part of it. The other part of it is mostly the way others took to the fact that I had disabilities in school. I was bullied for 5 years straight, starting from my very first day of 6th grade all the way up to my very last day of sophomore year. Very crucial years in a child's development. And all because of my physical appearance, which, I mean, I did not really know how to really cope with that at that time, but fortunately I was able to realize that it was not me, I had a more positive experience once I transferred from my first high school to my second high school, where I was on the cross-country track and field team. My former coach, he literally approached me after class, after school, on the very first day of school actually, approached me and said, "How would you like to be in a cross-country track and field team?" And he did not even make me try out. He literally just brought me onto the team. He knew that I had physical limitations because he had stated that. But he obviously that did not matter to him. Made friends, and to this day I still remain in contact with my coaches. But it's a reflection of, in my opinion, as a perspective of a cancer survivor, I feel like it's a reflection of what schools can be like when they have the adequate resources for students like myself. Yes, as my mom mentioned, I am currently a UC Davis college student, so I'm very happy to even have overcame everything because I was told on multiple occasions during my high school years to settle for vocational training. Nothing wrong with vocational training, but I knew what my capabilities were. And I've never been one to settle in life, or give up for that matter. So I basically, they knew from the get-go that I wanted to go to a 4-year. That was always my dream, my childhood dream. But they didn't think it was realistic for me, and here I am at UC Davis. So if there's a takeaway that I want all of us, not just the cancer, of course the cancer survivors, but also their families and advocates and everyone in reality is that there's a lot of work to be done. We have made progress. We made a lot of inroads. The one thing that I would advise to cancer survivors and families is to never give up. And you've got this. Thank you.
I just want to say one closing remark that's really important. When we're dealing with children who have disabilities, who are facing life and death situations, most people forget that we have to make sure that the parents can be there. We have home care providers right now in California save the state and national healthcare, and healthcare costs in the state of California $58 billion a year. These care workers are earning $9 an hour less than the living wage. And that is resulting in issues of really, exceptional depression, anxiety, and in really high stress situations, caregivers dying as early as 10 years before the people they care for. And so, and even a study that was done in Stanford was showing that, these aren't people just complaining, these are people who are having cellular aging at 6 times the rate of a single parent. So they really are suffering, they are dying before our eyes, and they are the ones who are fighting and saving lives every day next to their loved one. They are providing them a life with dignity and their ability to stay home with their family. So just another thought, food for thought, It is very much a family-centered type of care that's needed when we talk about chronic illness and long-term disability. Thank you so much.
So I think it's always so powerful to hear, to me and Alexandra, to hear from people who've gone through this, and also the effects it has on families. It's the same story you hear every time. Her story, dismissive doctors. I heard it from every parent in the hospital while Enzo was in there during his treatment. They ignored me, they thought I was ridiculous, they pushed it off, and we barely made it here. So, never question mom. Okay? Never question a mom. We know our babies. And also that, pediatric cancer is either a life sentence or a death sentence. If you're lucky enough to survive it, it doesn't go away, either physically or emotionally. And that's unfortunately for the child, but it's also for the family. Having said that, again, I want to thank you all for being here. 5 years ago when I had this idea to do this, sitting by Enzo's bedside, I knew that I couldn't do it alone. So I have written things down because I do not want to forget anybody. If I do, I'd be so sorry. But I want to say a heartfelt thank you to my husband, Danny. For jumping on board and believing in me, never questioning me and being my right-hand tech guy. I also knew I would need to find really good people to be on our board of directors, and so we've been lucky through the years to have some great people. 2 of them are here tonight. Cassie Everson over there. And Priya Picard. I'm very proud to announce that Enzo and me has just celebrated our 5-year anniversary, like I said, and in those 5 years, not including tonight, we have raised just about $800,000. And this money has gone to, I'm going to read it again, UCSF, Stanford, MD Anderson, the National Cancer Institute, Nationwide Children's Hospital, Hospital for Sick Children, Emory University, and the University of Florida. And we can't do it without you guys. So this is not just us, it takes everybody. So I'm so appreciative. So at this very significant milestone, I thought it was very important to acknowledge somebody really, really special to me and who's been there from the beginning. And I hope she knows how much we appreciate her. Cassie. So I met Cassie at 4 a.m. Outside a preschool in Danville. We were in January in the freezing cold while waiting to get Connor, her son, who's sitting on her lap, and Enzo into preschool. And we became fast friends. And when I was going to start this, and I was thinking people that I needed on the board behind me, she was like the first person that came to my mind. And she's been there from day one. She has been our rock. She is dependable. She is supportive. She's everything. What else did I write about you? So many things I didn't want to read, but yeah, she's also our secretary, which is a very important role. I mean, she's really good at it. But anyways, Cassie, I just hope you know how much you mean to me. I love you all. Love you so much. She's a wonderful friend, a wonderful board member, and I want you to come up here because we have a little something for you. in recognition of your outstanding work and dedication to Enzo Pediatric Cancer Foundation. Love you, Cassie. All right, now that I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. Yes, I have to thank all of the other people as well. Our family for being so supportive. Our friends. Stacy Pentland, who's our amazing friend and photographer over here, who third year in a row, she comes here at her own cost and offers us to us, and we really appreciate her. We met her, I was pregnant. No, I was engaged to this one. Yeah, I was engaged, so it was him. I think it was you. It was him. Okay. I got that right. Okay. 12 years ago. So, and she's been with us doing photography through all the major life-stones. So thank you, Stacy. Pierre, our DJ tonight. Thank you so much for helping us. Pop Life Photo Booth. They're still outside, by the way, that poor girl. But if you guys want to go have some fun. I'd like to thank Davis Gold. He's our videographer. Does anyone name? We're so happy to have him. This is the first year we've had a video. Yeah. Amelia, the little girl that was playing the, I just never remember what that instrument is called. When you guys were signing it, so beautiful. Leanne, who's tolerated me the last several months trying to put this together. She's great here at Casa. And then all the staff that's worked here tonight, thank you so much for helping us have a lovely evening. I cannot forget Cassie's husband, Steve, and Priya's husband, Sivan, for all of their help in checking in, auction, all the things they do. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to thank our donors, of course, and all of you. Again, I'll say it again, we can't do this without you. You make this happen. For us, for the kids, it means everything. I don't wish this reality on anybody. And so thank you for trying to help me make that happen. So thank you so much.
All right, the mic's coming off the stand. It's about to be crazy. She's gonna jump off. All right, I get the fun part of the evening. I get to run the live auction. Who's been waiting for the live auction? Well, here. All right, I'm gonna get off this thing. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna find some people. What's our first live auction item? Who knows? Who knows what it is? Stacy knows. Stacy knows well. Buster Posey. Who knows Buster Posey? He's alright, I guess. Bay Area goat. Real person, not a real goat. Greatest catcher in Giants history. Might be debated. I'm not going to debate it. My favorite player, and someone who supports pediatric cancer more than any other athlete I know. EP28 is a great foundation. You guys should check it out. Okay, Buster and his wife Kristen have supported pediatric cancer for years, and they continue to support it through us as well by donating these amazing items that you saw tonight. So, we're going to start this off. I'm going to be nice. Who wants to participate in this? Let's raise hands. Who likes this jersey? Let's just start with that. Who likes this jersey? There's a few people out there. Evan likes it. Evan wants it. Evan's got his dad's credit card. He's ready to go. All right. He did give this to us. I framed it, but he gave it to us in a bag. It's nice. This is, just so you, in case you don't know, this is his National League All-Star jersey that he wore, and it's signed by him. It even says 2010 National League Rookie of the Year. 2012 National League MVP, and 3-time World Series champ. So for all the Oakland A's fans in this room, sorry. Let's go ahead and start this bidding. Let's get crazy. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna start this at $200. We're gonna go crazy. I got $200 over there. 1 of 3. Hopefully somebody's writing this down. I hope my wife's writing this down. 1 of 3, $200. Go ahead with $250. $250. He's got $250. Number 5 right over there. $250. Who's got $300? Who's got $300? Oh, number 1 right here. We got $300. Who's got $325? $325. Amy's got $325. I see it over there. All right, can I see $350? $350. Oh, we got a couple. I see Evan over there with number 88 at $350. Who's got $400? Can we go $400 for Buster Posey? Oh, number 1. All right, $400. Who's got $425? $420. Oh, 103. Is that 103? Man, this is Buster Posey, guys. Buster Posey. Okay, he's a part kind of owner of the Giants now. They're not very good, but they're getting better. So if he takes over, this is going to be worth even more, right? How about 450? Can we see 450? Oh, 79. 450, 500. Who's got 500? I see number 1 over here. $500. What an amazing gift. Let's see if we can beat it. 550. Who's got 550 on this one? I'm getting tired of carrying this around. Who wants to carry it? Oh, Greg's got 11,550 for Buster Posey. All right. He won 3 World Series. He didn't wear this exact jersey, but he wore one just like it. 600? 600. All right, we got 600. 650, 650. Amy's ready to go. 650 over there. We're going to see how high Amy wants to go tonight. 700. All right, $700. I like it. All right, we're jumping. We're going 800. We're getting crazy. I'm jumping off the stage and we're going 800. Who's got 800? Who's got 800 over here? All right, we'll go up 850. I like it. 850. Who's got 9? Man, I see you over there. You fit this jersey. You look good with me, man. You look good. You can wear it to baseball. It'll be fine. Yeah, no, but cheating. It's okay. You're good. Yeah, it'll fit the thigh. You're fine. Okay? Alright, who's got 900? How about 900? 900. Oh, we got 900 over here. I like it. That's getting crazy. $1,000. Oh my goodness. Is that $1,100? $1,200. Oh boy, somebody likes Buster Posey. I like it. $1,200. Who's got 13? Can I get 13? Anybody want 13? 13? 13? Lucky number 13. It's not unlucky. It's lucky. We'll go with it tonight. How about 1250? Anybody got 1250? 1250. All right. I see it. $1,200 is in the lead. We're gonna give it 3 calls. Ready? 1,200. Going once. Going twice. Matt. Just saying. Oh, $1,300. $1,400. Right now, guys. She's ready to go. She wants to wear that jersey tonight. She's ready. She is going to wear it out of here. This is going to be great. Pretty sure your family wore the Montana jersey out last year too, so we're going for Bay Area sports here. What do we got? $1,300? Is that what we're at? $1,300? $1,400. That's even better. I like that number better. 14 is my lucky number. 1,450? 1,450. Here we go. 1,500? 1,500. Grace ready. Ray wants to wear it tonight. He's thinking about sleeping in it. $1,500. $1,600. $1,600. It's Buster Posey. It's Buster. Do you want to touch it? We'll bring it up. Oh, right there, that's $1,600. Look at that. All right, Greg. Greg, do you want to touch it? $1,700. It's a nice jersey. You can fit it. There you go. $1,700. I like it. All right. All right, here we go. I'm coming over. What? $2,000. I'm dead. All right, 2,000. All right. We're going to bring it in close. That's $2,000. No, I'm already married. Sorry. Yeah. But, you know, $2,100, that sounds like a nice bid. $2,100 it is. All right, here we go. All right, Greg, I'll bring you nice and close for you too. All right, listen. It's $2,200. It's a nice jersey. You look good there. 22? 22. All right, 22. I'm bringing it back. I'm going to do some squats tonight. Judy, we're going to get you to do this next. All right, so we're back at 22. What do we think? I mean, have you seen him squat? He's a pretty good squatter.
You got this.
I'm not that too again. Because it's $2,400? $2,300. I tried. You gotta give me credit. All right, $2,300. $2,300 going once. $2,300 going twice. Sold for $2,300 to number one. There we go. I'll just put it over here. Yeah, you can probably take that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to trust her with it yet. All right. All right, we're going to come over here. Who's excited now? This is fun. This is fun, right? We're having fun? Matt, you having fun? I'm sorry. I'll give you, I have an extra Cardinals Little League jersey from last year. I'll sign it for you. You can have it. Okay? I got you.
I want Enzo on it.
Yeah, well, he's expensive. No, you got to pay extra for that one. Enzo's signature is worth a lot. All right. So, oh yeah, number 2, more Giants stuff, right? I love the Giants. All right. They're so generous. Oh yeah. Hold on a second. All right. Is this the Giants experience? I think it is. Who's got a brochure? What's number 2? I don't know what's happening anymore. Giants experience? Yeah, on-field Giants experience. And my friend Mike Gaz decided he was going to sign a baseball for y'all. From Baltimore, even. Sent it in, got here this morning, made us a little nervous. But what is this experience? So, if you win this bid, you will win 4 tickets to a Giants game in 2025. It includes an on-field pregame experience. You can go watch batting practice, get some autographs from some of your favorite Giants, some that maybe are coming up in the minor leagues next year because half their team's going to. But they're going to be really big at some point, so you should get their autograph anyway. But you can go watch them hit dingers. Is that the new term, guys? Hit dingers? All right. So, 4 tickets, on-field experience, and we will throw in, just for fun, a Mike Yastrzemski. Don't try to spell it. It's really challenging. We'll call him Yaz. Signed baseball in a case. All right? Well, this here doesn't look quite as nice as the Buster Posey jersey, but it still looks pretty good. It's kind of small. It's shiny. All right, let's start the bid. We're going to start low. We're going to start at $150. You can go to a Giants game, go on the field, get a ball for $150. Connor wants it for $150. All right. Who wants it for $200? $200. Oh, here we go. Ashley's ready to fight. $335. Number 35. We got $200. How about $300? So over here, $300 for 53. How about $350? Can we go to $350? Who wants it for $350? Connor wants it for $350. Connor's ready to go get some signatures, hit some dingers. Connor could probably go out there and pitch for the Giants right now, I think. Actually, he's my star pitcher. Alright, we're at $350. $400. Who's got $400? Matt's got $400. Matt wants to go hit dingers at batting practice. He's going to show him what he's got in that tight Buster Posey jersey. $400. We get $450. $450. Oh, I get 2 of them. Oh, we're back. 3 of them. I only have 1, guys. I only have 1. All right. How about $450? Who wants $450? Who wants it bad? Who wants to go? Number 13 wants it for $450. I like it. Here we go. How about $500? Let's round it up. I like round numbers. They're all kind of round numbers. $450. $500. Yeah, $450. Here we go. Number 45. $500. That's the one. Yeah. $500. Can I hear $550? $550. $550. Connor. Oh, $32, $550. All right, how about, let's go to $600. Let's do it. Oh, boy, we got battling things between Wallace and Matt over here. All right, we're going to go up to $650. I'm going to come over here. Let's see, is 650 happening? Oh, that happened over there. Guys, 650. See that table over there? Number 13? They want 650. Who wants 750? I want 750. Wallace wants to go. Wallace, do you like the Giants? You like, maybe you like the Giants? You maybe like the Giants. What does that mean? Wallace likes cars, I know that. You can drive a fancy car to the Giants game. I'm not gonna give you one, but you can drive one there. 750, who wants 750? 750. We're at 650. I'm looking for 750. Who's gonna take it? 750, all right. We're at 650. 650 going once. 650 going twice. This is 4 tickets to the San Francisco Giants. And you get to walk on the field. You get to put your feet in the same grass that Buster Posey used to. You're going to let him wear the jersey to the game? Wow. I want to go. I just want to wear the jersey. All right. 650. Is that what we're at? 650. Look how shiny the baseball is. So shiny. 650 going once. 650 going twice. So for 650. All right. We got 2 more. Oh boy. This next one. Oh man. Another goat. Not a real goat. One of these days we're going to auction off a goat. It'll be fun. Alright, let's see if I can do this without breaking it. Who likes Joe Montana? That wasn't very many people. I don't know about this crowd. Too young. Alright. Who likes the 49ers? Let's talk about that. Yeah! There we go! That's what I like to hear. Joe Montana was a 49er. For those of you that don't know, if you're too young, he was a really good quarterback. And he signed a football for us, directly from Joe Montana. I picked it up at his house last year. I was intimidated. But we've got a signed football from the 4-time Super Bowl champ, 2-time NFL MVP, and Hall of Famer, Joe Montana. Ooh, that's going to look like really nice in somebody's kitchen. I can't afford to have an office, but I put it in the kitchen. Alright, let's start this one at $350. This is the GOAT, guys. This is a lot. Okay? $350 for a Joe Montana football. I mean, that's like going to Chevron and filling up for like $50. It's like impossible. Right? So $350 for Joe Montana. There it is, 34. I know you like Joe Montana. We talked about this last year. 34, $350. Janine's got 400. Here we go. 400. Now we're going to battle. Here we go. 400. Who's got 450? 450. All right, David's got 450. Let me see 500. Let me see. Oh, Matt's got 500. Here we go. All right, 550. 550. There it was. All right, 550. Who's got 600? 600. Matt's got 600 over there. All right, we're jumping 700. Who's going 700? Here we go. 700. 700 over here. I like it. All right. Show Montana. Come on. I wrote it, but then it's worthless. So it won't be as good. $700. Who's got 750? 750. There it is. 750 for number 34. Oh, 800 for 32. Here we go. Who's got 850? Who's got 850? Where is it? I'm spinning around. 850. There it is. All right. 950. 950. There it is. 53's got 950. Is that what I said? I'm spinning around, getting dizzy. It's a lot. 950. Who's got $1,000 for Joe Montana? Joe Montana. And for the kids. Matt, it's for the kids. It's for the kid, your kids. No, don't give it to Owen. Don't give it to Owen. It's for you. $1,000. $1,000. It's $1,000. It's like how much are the Chevron? Hey? Here we go. $1,000. We got 950 already. We're going up to 1,000. Who wants it? Joe Montana, Hall of Famer, greatest of all time. There it is, $1,000 for number 13. Here we go. All right. Who needs more wine? Maybe we need more wine here. $1,000. There's $1,100. I like it. There's $1,100. Who's got 12? Who's got 12? 12 is a good number. It's a lucky number. $1,200. Should I come over here? I know this table likes Joe Montana. Somebody wanted a jersey out last year. It's Joe Montana again. Well, listen, just because you're marrying a Raider fan, I did the same thing. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. You can still love Joe Montana and your husband at the same time. It's just going to cost you $1,200. That's all it is. Okay? All right. I don't think this is happening. The Raiders fan is too bitter over there. We have a better record right now. I'm going to walk away from Raiders fans. Vegas is nice though. All right. Where are we at, Krista? $1,100 over here. Going once. Oh, that's what. He's a mister. There it is. Listen, the marriage is still going to go great. The football is going to look really good in the closet. It's fine. Okay, we got $1,200 over there. Who's got 13? Let me hear 13. Lucky number 13. 13. Here we go. Davis, you want number 13? Okay, all right, doesn't want it. All right, here we go. Oh, $1,300, 153. Here we go. All right, 1,400. I know you got a wedding. I know you got all that stuff. It costs a lot of money. Listen, City Hall's nice. You just go to City Hall. They give you a little certificate. You get $1,400. And you got a really nice football, you know? That's sweet, you know? Then you get paid next month, it's fine. It's good. All right. It's tax deductible. You want to touch it? Well, you want to touch it? I thought you were a Raiders fan. You want to throw it? I can't let you throw the football. You can throw the case that it's in if you want. Maybe later. If you buy it, you can throw it. That's the deal. You buy it, you can throw it. You can do whatever you want with it. Where are we? $1,400? $1,300? We're trying to get $1,400 up. What if somebody wants this for $1,400? Then somebody's like, you know what? I want to spend $1,400 tonight. Just sounds like the right number. I'm going to spend $1,400 tonight. Who's got 14? How about 13.5? Can we do 13.5? 13.5? No. All right. We're going to go back to 1,300. We're going to go once. 1,300 going twice. Sold for $1,300. I'm just gonna leave that right there. Just gotta think about it. Just gonna regret that. It's a nice football. It's embroidered. Do you know it's embroidered? It's nice. That's a good choice. All right, we're at our final item of the night. You're almost done listening to me talk, which is probably the best prize for the night, right? Am I right? Like, just the best thing. All right. Now, this one I gotta sit down for, because I might outbid somebody for this tonight. I'm just saying, like, I want this one. Who's heard of the Gotham Club in San Francisco? Who likes the Giants again? I can't remember. Raise your hand if you like the Giants. If you like going to Giants games. So, if you've ever seen the scoreboard at the back of the Giants stadium, there's actually a secret room back there with all kinds of amazing goodies. Connor can tell you because he went. And Steve didn't even take me. See this? Thought we were friends. Alright, so Gotham Club, secret room, early entrance, separate entrance. You can go on the field for batting practice. You get to go to a secret bowling alley at Oracle Park. You get to watch the game with premier seats. This thing is incredible. Only for the best Giants fans, like someone in this room tonight. All right? So, we're going to start at $250. $250? What am I doing? I'll buy it for $250. 57's going to buy it for $250. Whoop! We got $350 over there. That's what I think. $350. Who's going 400? Who's going? There we go. Crystal's going $400. That's $500 over there. It is for two people. Two people. You can take your husband, or you can take me. Either way. It's fine. Okay? Whoa! $40 41. We've got $500 over here. $500 for Gotham Club. What do we got? What do we got? 550, 600, 650, 700, 700 over there, 800. Who's got 800? Who's got 800? Who's got 800? $800. Let's go 900. 900 for 41. Here we go, $900. Let's go $1,000. Off with $1,000 for Crystal. Here we go. $1,100. Who's got 11? 1141. Who's got $1,100? All right, 1,200, 1,200. All right, let's get in the middle. Ready? Here we go. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, 18, 19, 20, $2,000. She jumped you. 2,000, $2,100. 22, $2,200. It's to you. $2,200, $2,300, $2,400, $2,500. Maybe a glass of water after this. 26, 25,500, 25,500. Do we have 26? She's asking all this. $2,600. Here we go. 2650. 2650. Anybody 2650? We have 26. Can we get 2650? It's a secret bowling alley. Connor, how was the bowling alley? It was good? How was the food? Was it good? Connor, what was the coolest thing about Gotham Club? You don't know? Did the Giants win? Okay, the coolest thing was that the Giants won that game. Alright, good. So we've got $2,600. We're looking for $2,650 for a secret bowling alley for some amazing food. $2,600 we've got. Anybody 2,650? 2,600 going once. 2,600 going twice. So for $2,600. Woo! Gotta work it out. You guys are great. All right. Hopefully we got all that down. All right. That is the end of my portion. Oh, but it's not. Hold on. My wife reminds me. This is what I'm here for. I'm going to move over here. We're just going to go for a little walk around here. We're going to come over here. What's going on over here? These guys look comfy over here. So they got the fireplace. This is comfy. All right. I'm going to go and fast forward my video here. I'm going to try to multitask. My wife tells me I'm not very good at it. All right, we're on to the funny portion. However, I have a surprise. What if, who was it that was going after the Buster Posey jersey again? I know you got it. Who else likes that Buster Posey jersey? Who was it? Just a few. Greg wanted the Buster Posey jersey. Somebody else wanted a Buster Posey jersey. Wait, sorry. What is this? Oh. Oh my gosh. Is this Buster Posey's bat? It is Buster Posey's bat. Wow. You guys want to buy Buster Posey's bat? Yeah. Let's auction it off. Let's do it. Should I take it out? I'm not going to take it out. That's too much work. I swung last year around. I think I got in trouble for it. All right, so what do we have? Oh, I got it. All right, hold on. Let me get the tape, guys. Hang on. You're gonna have to wait. No, I'm not wearing gloves. I got battery gloves, maybe. It came like this, okay? I put it in the case. I didn't ruin it. It came in a paper bag. Jeez. Hardcore over here. Wow, actually, we're gonna go take this to the store and sell it or something. All right, Buster Posey, 2012 Major League, National League Most Valuable Player, MVP, Louisville Slugger, 12 NL MVP, and he signed it right under his carved-in signature. He actually signed it, so it's got two signatures on one back. That's twice as much, right? All right, we're gonna auction this off for those that wanted the Buster Posey jersey but couldn't get it and were sad. We're gonna start this at $150. I'm gonna start this low. $150 for Buster Posey's bat. Who's got 150? Janine's got 150. You guys got $200. You guys got $500. They love Buster Posey. This is great. $600 to Savon over there. $700 to Janine. $800 right here. I don't see this side of the room. Anybody got 850? 850. 900. 900. Where is it at? Matt Turner. Mike Solis. I know you're over there thinking about it. I see you two. You guys are comparing bank accounts, trying to figure out if you can do it together. $900? Is that where we're at? $900? $900. Who wants 950? 950 to number 25. Let's go 1,000. Let's round it out. $1,000. Yes, there it is. $1,000. Here we go. It's Buster Posey's bat. We could play baby with it if we want. Should I hit Mike Yaz's ball with it? Show you guys how poorly I can hit baseball. Don't ask my coach. Where are we at? 1,050? 1,050? 1,050? It's only $50 more. One tank of gas. That's it. Joel, just ride your scooter to work. You're fine. You don't go to, you just work from home. No. 1,050. Yeah, there it is. 1,050. 1,100. There it is. She wants this bat. 1,100. 1,150. 1,150. It is 1,150. Are we going 12? We're going 12. I like it. We're going $1,200. $1,200. Who's got $1,300? $1,300 for this. Buster Posey. I'll hold it up like this. It's like I'm bunting, even though I'm not very good at bunting. $1,500. Look at the generosity over here. I love it. $1,500 for the kids. 16? What do we got? 16? No, she's shaking her head. She wants 16. That's what she wants to do. $1,500 over here. Can I hear 1,600? Anybody want to challenge it for 1,600? This table's racking up the stuff, guys. You got this side of the room's really slacking. I don't know about this. Like, I thought you were hardcore, but I don't know. This side is winning the battle right now. $1,600. What? Who? Number 13. We have $1,500. Is that over? Yeah, $1,500. Let's go. Let's do it. Going once. Going twice. Sold for $1,500. There it is. Nice work here. That was a solid choice. I didn't know you could do that. That was good. All right. Okay, are we having fun yet? We're almost done. I'm gonna let you guys talk. I'm gonna let you finish. But first, this is the most important part of the night. So we know, I know specifically, I've been to lots of galas. I watch these live auctions and go, okay, that's nice, right? That's cool. I wish I could do that. So we have options for everyone in the room. Now, remember, the reason we are here is for these kids. We are here to support kids that are going through cancer research, or through cancer treatments, that have gone through cancer treatments, and who will go through cancer treatments. 46 kids every single day are diagnosed with cancer. Some of them have no cures. Some of them have terrible treatments with horrible side effects. We are trying to improve that. So, we are now going to do something that we call Fun to Eat. So I'm going to go through, and I'm going to walk down these levels, and if you feel generous tonight, if you feel like that's an amount that you're willing to give for nothing back other than the generosity and to help these kids, we really appreciate it. Just hold your paddle up, and we will take down your numbers, and that will be a very generous donation for the day. So, we're going to start at $1,000. What is $1,000? Get these kids. $1,000 funds over 2 days of research. You can see that pediatric cancer research is expensive. We have lots of work to do. You guys here tonight are helping us so much. So we're going to continue that. Who tonight is willing to give $1,000 to fund 2 days of research? Raise your paddles if you're willing to give $1,000. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. We've got 34, 82. Keep them up, keep them up, keep them up. 11, 4, 55. And anybody else? Did I miss one? All right, Casa got it. All right. Did I get everybody? All right. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to move down to the next tier, $500. $500 funds one full day of research for these kids. Please raise your paddle if you are willing to give $500 tonight. We really appreciate it. We have number 1, number 25, number 45, number 57. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. You have no idea how much it means. We're going to move down to the next tier, which is going to be $250. $250 funds 1.5 day of research. These scientists are putting their full day in, and $250 will fund half that day. Who here is willing to give $250 tonight? Raise your paddle, keep them up so I can read them. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. 28, 1, 5, 75, 3, 30, and 78. Thank you guys. All right. Moving down to $100. 2 tanks of gas. Sometimes we don't need gas if you try to really big car. 2 hours of research. 2 hours costs $100. Okay? Who is willing to give $100 to fund a few hours of research for these kids? Raise your paddles if you're willing to give $100. Here we go. We have 97. We have 14. We have 8. We have 7. We have 66. We have 21. And we have 71. And we have 47. You just held that one down. Oh, you didn't want to let it up there, man. Throw it out there. We're proud of you. Thank you. All right. My thing is up here. Can you move my mouse so you can see that? That is a technical error on my part. My wife said I'm a tech person, and I'm definitely not. All right, that just means I'm a nerd. So, $50. $50 costs 1 tank of gas sometimes, right? 1 hour of research. If we get 10 of these, that's 1 10-hour day that these scientists can put into trying to save these kids. Who here is willing to give $50 tonight to try to save these kids? Raise your paddle. Raise your paddle. Over here we heard we can all do this. I like that answer. Raise your paddles. Keep them up. 75, 44, 41, 5, 74, 55, 1, 76, 93, 19, 20, and 84. There it is. You really should get like firmer things to hold up so they don't fly. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. You have no idea how much it means to us, how much it means to these kids. We cannot do this without you. All of you who came here to support us tonight, we are so forever grateful. We know it's a long night. We know it's a Saturday night. We know most of you have kids. Whether you wanted to get away from them or not is the question. But we know you all have a lot to do. You have very busy lives, okay? 16 different sports. Exhausted. I know how it is. Okay? But we cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for your patience with me as your auctioneer tonight and for coming to Capes and Cocktails. I'm going to let my wife take over because she's the best at this. You guys have a great night.
I don't know that person. I don't know what just happened. But thank you so much. I know I've said it a million times, we cannot do this without you. Your support here means everything to me. I remember, again, 5 years ago at Enzo's bedside thinking, how can I do this? And I tried to envision it. And I envisioned different scenarios of fundraising events. And to see friends and family and new friends and people just showing up to believe in my dream here, it means everything. And again, thank you to everybody who has helped, everybody who has contributed. They're kids. They don't even get a shot, some of them. They don't even get a chance. They don't go on a first date. They don't learn to drive. They don't fall in love. And it's just not okay. And when that is your child, it's just it's like your life and it's a living hell. It just doesn't even, can't compute it. And so I really do believe that happens to you and you go in there with your child and they'll say, hey, it's okay. He has this, she has this, but she's going to survive. She's going to live her life. And again, we just can't do it without you guys. So thank you so much for coming tonight. I hope you had fun. Let's dance. Let's do this, okay?
That's right, folks. We are